All right, let's jump right to it. Hey, DJ here. When you're doing good at the pump fakes, but sometimes you always take one dribble. Sometimes keep your dribble alive and look at all this space you're giving up. This should be a bucket at the rim for you. But every time you catch it, you pump fake, take one dribble to pull up, and then there goes the second guy recovering, and then you got to give up that shot attempt. All right, so let's look at that in the future. So, Braden, I want you to see this. This has to start becoming a strength for you. All right, so the first thing you do is dribble. All right, you didn't get an advantage, you didn't go anywhere. So like right now, Brian is open. If you throw it right here over the top to his left hand, that's a layup. And so he's still very well open, and you never really get it to him. So DJ tries to throw it where he gets to him, but while Brian runs up, he throws it over him. So, but that entry pass should be yours because you had a much better angle. All right, so Tyson, we need a much better pass here. You just kind of throw it away, and it's not even close to being a good pass, and it goes out of bounds. We got to clean that up. These are unforced turnovers. DJ has another unforced turnover. Now, Braden, as you get back, most players are going to go tack right. You should cut Ticey off to her right and make her like Euro step or do some finish to her left. But like most players, if she goes downhill right, she's going to get a really good shot up. So defensively, make them go to the weaker hand or do another move. All right, so we get the ball back, and Braden, I need you to be able to see this. You got to remember, Brian's layup percentage is going to be higher than your three. All right, so you got to be able to make people better, your teammates. All right, so this is a pass you got to make to Brian, because that's two in a row that he's open, and there should be points. All right, so Brian's still there, and like DJ could have taken the same shot you took, but he passed it for an easier shot. So we got to have vision, so we can be a stronger team player. All right, let me explain what I like about this play. And it's a statless stat. It don't show up on the stat sheet. So Ethan drives baseline, gets cut off. Good defense, Bailey. You see how Ticey comes and makes herself available so he could get out that corner easy? That's good. Now, Ticey, you can't throw it from your chest every pass straight. These are defenders. You got to throw it with touch over the top. Another pass you can look at, if Brian's still in the center, he's where he needs to be. But that skip pass is also a pass that I think you can make over here to Aiden. But it gets deflected because you're throwing it from your chest and straight. Let's clean up those turnovers. All right, so Braden, I won't beat you over the head with this point anymore, but I do want you to see this. You being on this wing, you have the best passing angle to throw it down there. All right, so if you throw it right here to Brian, we need you to look down and on the perimeter, not just around. So now Bailey tries to make that pass. She could have stepped and made a stronger one, but you have the better angle in this situation. I really like how this is new to you guys. We told you that hidden middle is vulnerable, and y'all are really trying to run the offense instead of doing your own thing. I can appreciate that. So Aiden gets the ball, he hits middle. So I see you can still see again the potential in it. Now, Ethan, I'd like for you to run the space, then he could throw it there to you. But if you just take one dribble, Dylan, you'd have a layup, all right? But you end up traveling before you get it, all right? So we're gonna clean that up. So here we go. DJ's looking up. He finds middle, and there we go, going to the free throw line. That was excellent. Here, let's look at the blockouts. Left foot of was it Dylan should step into Bailey. Right foot of Aiden should step into. The other guys have either a pinch responsibility, which means Ethan should pinch Bailey if she's the stronger rebounder of the two white shirts, and the other person should get shooter. Let's see what happens. All right, so as we step, Aiden steps in, and Dylan steps straight forward. Both of y'all step straight forward, and Bailey's able to get deeper, and this is why she keeps this ball alive. All right, so we never touched her to block out. All right, so we got to be stronger in that area. So now we get into it. Now, most rebounds, if they're shot from this side, are going to end up here. So that's why we call this the hot spot. And this is great because we got two people crashing the hot spot. That's great. Bailey, find a way to come up with this rebound instead of letting Dylan get it from you. All right, but good hustle there. Way to run to the hot spot. And Jalen, I meant to tell you, you did a good job at running the team today. I mean, look at you. You're already pointing at where you want the ball to go, corner. White, this is good defense. Bailey's on the ball. DJ drops in front of the middleman, right? Brian, you should be a little bit over, but everybody's in really good guarding position. Then we get a deflection. All right, so good stuff there. All right, so I like this. Brian gets the rebound. He's pushing. That's good. He's a good ball handler. Now he gets a paint touch and kicks. I think you need to be more aggressive here, Bailey. Maybe jab and go middle and immediately attack, but it's okay. You end up passing it. Braden attacks immediately. Hey, and Braden, we talked about playmaking. This is great. You drive, you make Tycee guard you, then you throw it to Brian. He's going right back to the free throw line because of you. Good stuff. All right, so we're gonna have to make sure we teach you guys how to block out, because right now y'all just don't know, so that's okay. We can't get on you about that. But look at this hustle by Tycee. She's back here now. Tycee, you and Ethan should switch. You're a better rebounder right now than he is, so we need our better rebounders in the box, and then our weaker rebounders back here. But nonetheless, you still hustle in and come find a way to get that rebound. All right, but in a game, those possessions are too valuable. I need my stronger rebounders in the box. Good middle pass right there, Dylan. You just got to handle it. All right, and be careful not to travel. Now for this group, this is a big sign of growth. Evan catches the ball, right? There used to be a time where we would never look down here. Brian floats, right? Pops open, so everything's right. So it's a good play, bad execution. But that's a higher level than just somebody who can't see the play. So it's good we're going to that level to where we see it. We just got to make a much better pass, Evan. Dylan, good rebound, but you can't have unforced turnovers like this. That's a travel. That's why y'all lost the ball. So we hadn't even got to like dribble penetration against the zone, but Tycee does it. So look what happens. If she drives, Evan leaves, right, and has to help. So then she throws it over here to Dylan. Well, now that Evan can't guard Dylan on the perimeter, now Brian has to guard him. So now Brian runs out there all because of the dribble penetration somebody new has to guard. Well, now Jay's here down here on the block with DJ instead of Brian. That's a big difference. All right, so this is a good play, good execution right here because, boom, we throw a nice entry pass from Dylan to Jay, and then they have no choice but to foul him. All right, good play right there. All right, so let's look at who makes this play. We gotta learn where good plays come from. So Braden has the ball. Brian does a good job of making himself available. And because the ball hit middle, we get a help in. And now Evan gets a wide open shot because a good play by Braden. Another good play by Brian, but everybody's working together. Wide open three. All right, and he knocks it down. Those are the type of looks we want to create by executing. Good stuff. I like how White does this. Black is making White work, right? Defensively. Jay's bumping the middle guy like he should, trying to get the ball. That's perfect. All right, but now White is like, hey, Jay just got another foul on us, so Ethan comes a little bit further to make sure he helps. Look how Tycee doesn't wait for a soft pass to come to her. She comes and meets it. All right, let's make sure we all learn from that. All right, but still, the ball has touched both sides. Everybody's moving. I can see why you don't throw this right here, Eugene, because Brian comes to help. Brian's like, hey, I'm not going to let Jay catch it again. But this is the next play that you want to be able to make, right? Is opposite over there to Dylan. If this help comes that far, just to make sure Jay. So White, way to adapt and not give him that shot. All right, so Tycee hits the gap. All right, turnover. So we got to be careful of live ball turnovers because now we don't have enough guys in transition. Now, Eugene, you still have to feel. You can't run to spots in transition defense. So you're saying, oh, my spot's over here, but the ball's right here and nobody's there. So you got to turn around and guard DJ. All right, because now he gets a wide open shot and then they get, because you're running to your spot. So we got to learn the difference, right? In a set defense, run to your spots. In transition, you got to find the ball. See, remember, when we're in domino, we don't need a guard in the middle of the court. You're in the middle, so that makes the middle pass too hard. We need you over here and Sincere on this side where he's at. All right, but you're playing it right in the middle of the floor. All right, but let's talk about this. We got a pass. It's kind of soft. And also, Tycee's running a space, all right, and gets it. I think right here, this is an immediate pass to Jay. He has a wide open shot. All right, but nonetheless, remember, zones can get gapped, and there it goes, and Tycee's getting to the hole, getting fouled. Good job. This is good. This is after multiple passes, all right? And again, White understands once we get it to middle, that's going to break down their defense, so Braden gets it to middle. If you got a good passing playmaker right here, which Brian is, you definitely want to get it there because this is why I dribble. Ethan's wide open for a wide open shot, all right? Because the perimeter guys are willing to pass middle, the middle guys willing to attack and then take what the defense gives them. All right, now, there is no block shot. Aiden, we got to think. You don't have to save this. If you don't save it, it's y'all's ball. So you got to make sure you're always thinking on the court. All right, now, DJ, when you get this ball, there's nobody here. There's no need to pump one. You could have just split stance and attacked and then kicked it to one of your guys or Brian if Eugene helps up. But a pump fake, and going the same direction that the defender's coming isn't what you want. So now you step back and you take a bad shot. All right, so you got to make sure we're reading better out of your pump fakes and how to read space on when you should and shouldn't attack. All right. All right, way to hustle for that rebound. Remember, offensive rebounds is the best time to shoot a three. All right, and Evan's taking full advantage of that. Explain one of the reasons that that I'm okay with players shooting floaters right after they've attacked. So look, Sincere is here. If he shoots it right now, Brian just easily blocks out Jay, right? But now he drives. So now that he drove, what does Brian have to do? Brian has to help. So I'd love if Sincere had the vision to pass here, but since he was aggressive and drove and shot a floater, guess who's gonna get this rebound now? Brian can no longer block out. Easy rebound for Jay. Jay, you need to just put that back up and score it on the first time. All right, and then don't fade away. Go towards the basket. Teach this. Like if you could learn this earlier, like when y'all run plays and when we execute for the team to score, not for an individual to score. All right, so the reason we want Aiden to be aggressive isn't so he can score, so his team can. So he's being aggressive. We need his head up, and if your head is up and you see Ethan cutting, now if you throw this pass, I think that's an easier score. All right, and then everybody will continue to pass to everybody. So like y'all look for that, and I honestly believe Aiden's not trying to miss Ethan. I just think right now that's all he sees is the rim, and we want to teach y'all just like Sincere's play could have went to Jay. This play could have gone to Ethan and been a much easier shot. But now White has the ball and they're going the other way. So let's make sure we can see the playmaking opportunities. All right, here's a very similar play. Jay's closing out way too hard. Julian goes by him. As Jalen comes to help, if who is that? If Julian could see Brian for an over the top pass right here, that's an easier layup. I'll be way more excited to see this pass and finish than I would if Julian finishes, right? So he gets blocked and it doesn't get to the rim. So again, and like I said, it's everybody. It's not just one or two people. All right, so we got to make sure we have our head up so we can have vision to see and make the game easier. All right, so here, and I'm fine with this shot. Are you in range? Yes. Are you open? Yes. Are you balanced? Yes. So I'm okay with DJ taking that shot. Aiden, again, we want to read the court. So let's look. Right now, you got to have a plan when you're dribbling down. And right now, there's not a plan. So you're dribbling. So let's count how many white shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're full speed ahead and all your teammates are behind you. You got to know when to pull it out and when to attack. So right now isn't the time to attack because you're just going to run into a wall of white shirts. All right, so be able to see and read that so you can make a better play. All right, so let's look at the ball and player movement. All right, so right now this is a perfect 3-2, right, where everybody's positioned. But watch how the ball moves. All right, as the ball moves, mistakes start to happen. They went to trap. Sincere went to trap. He's way out of the picture now. So now this isn't a good 3-2 anymore, all because the ball moved around. That's why I don't like one pass and a shot unless you're wide open. Braden has been battling Jalen this whole time in the middle. So now, since Sincere's just now getting back in the play, there's a huge gap here that wasn't there when we didn't have any passes. So DJ's able to hit that gap, and then there's a layup. This is really good because you can tell players understand the plan, right, and how to execute it. So look at Ticey and Jalen. Both of them are pointing for Eugene to go over here. So Eugene's able to run, create spacing very quickly, and then we can move the ball. And what does that create? It allows Dylan to be more wide open. Good entry pass, Ethan. Now, Dylan, this is where your struggle is, just so you'll know. If this was on the other block, your right side, you would have went up for a right-handed layup. But this is your left side. So I want you to realize that this would have been 2 points for you, but we gotta work on both hands. So now that you're going left, you're like, you're not confident, so you spin back right, and that's when the ball gets tied up. So recognize that, and that's something to work on at your house. So I left very happy on Sunday because I feel like you guys are starting to understand scheme as well. And we didn't spend a ton of time. So you guys said, hey, we're trapping corners. So as soon as it goes corner, we got Braden and Bailey going to trap. We got DJ taking away this pass and Brian taking away the middle guy. Well, Brian should be quicker at taking away the middle guy. But look how high Braden's hands are to make a hopefully bad pass. Ticey saves the play by meeting the ball. All right, great job there and saving the possession. Most players will wait for the ball to come to him and DJ would have a steal. Now realize this, Ticey. After DJ comes way out of position for that trap,
If it don't work, this is what's vulnerable. So if you hit Dylan right now, we're in good shape. All right. But you throw it to the side, which is okay. Now here comes another trap. Evan goes. Y'all are executing great. DJ jumps that pass. Jalen, you got to have more urgency to meet it. But nonetheless, DJ is probably going to get that anyway. Way to execute defensively on how y'all are going to attack that. That was great. Way to listen to coaches. All right, and I want to make sure y'all understand what running to space means. This is perfect. Brian comes out. Bailey is very late, so you should have threw it already to Jay instead of dribbling at him. All right, so now Bailey has recovered. Aiden, you got to sprint to space. Bailey was the one covering you. She ran over there. Run to space for a layup. And even if you don't get the ball, see how your hand is up? Even if you don't get the ball, guess who would have had this rebound had you already been there? You would have had that board. So you would have got to put back even without him passing you the ball. So remember, when I say run to space, that's what I mean. Run to the open areas. All right, this is the same possession. The defense sprinting back, a little out of whack. Jay sprints too quick to Evan. He drives. Dylan has to come and recover. Evan throws it perfectly to Brian. Brian, you got to finish that shot right there. That's a layup. All right, knock that in there. But that's great execution that time. I'll show you as a coach some of the stuff that impresses me about how quickly we're learning right now. All right. This is transition. So everybody's running back on defense. It's not like it's set and your coach got to tell you, hey, we're going to do this. You guys were still able to execute despite that. So now the ball goes here. Immediately, DJ takes away the pass. We take away Brian. You got to do a better job at taking away Jay, because if he hits Jay and everybody does their job, that's gonna get us in trouble. But look at Braden. I say foul him with your chest. We're gonna work on that, but that's actually pretty good. All right, and now nobody's open. All right, Evan, you got the backside. So this is just excellent defense. All right, good stuff in transition on the fly. Very next possession, Tycee gets it. She's on the same side as the domino, so she dribbles over and attacks. Dylan has the ball. He's looking for Jay. But look at this. This is an open area because, look, everybody came over. Braden took Jay away, so the whole backside is open. Evan is too far over. Evan should be right here in the middle. So this is actually a good pass, Dylan, that he's dealing with a trap. You guys got to be aggressive and don't assume that they're going to catch it. So both of y'all back up, and that should have been a layup, and they should have been paying for that trap. All right, so don't assume. Y'all got to attack. Great possession right there, Dylan. That was good. I will say this, Dylan, Aiden, after I told you that you need to be you need to cut to space, you actually did a much better job of that. And look at the pass you get right there. You just got to finish that layup, but you did cut to space and got a much better shot. Here's another play. Ball comes out. This is a good opportunity to work on, like, no, and part of this, Aiden, is you just haven't been around long enough to know like where we want the ball to go. But right now, we want it going to Jay because he's closer to the basket and he's open. Brian, you're not doing a great job of rotating this game. Ball goes over here. You should be middle of the basket. But since he's not, Aiden, you got to make him pay for that. All right, so that should be a pass to Jay, but instead you drive and then you throw up a tough shot. If you could take one more dribble, you'd have Dylan on this side, and then you'd have Jay right here, and Brian would have to make a choice. All right, so let's let's look for those in the future, especially next week. Black. Eugene enters it into Dylan, which is great. So now Dylan's on his stronger side. That's his right hand, so he's a better passer and finisher from the side. Ethan comes up to help, so Evan has to guard two. All right, and there's no way one person can guard two. So when we throw it here and Evan runs there, look what Aiden does. Immediate pass. Those are the type of shots this offense should create. Wide open. Jalen's a good shooter. All right, Aiden gets the shot up. DJ, you got to find a way to squeeze that rebound. All right, you got to find a way to get it. I know he got a hand on it, but that's 2 points y'all give up because you didn't squeeze it. All right, so another proud moment. Look how this ball is moving. Boom, boom, getting around. DJ drives, hits the gap. Right, so now Dylan has a decision to make. What you gonna do? He decides to get in front of DJ. Got to pass out to Evan. Now he runs. Evan drives. Good bucket. That's just good offense all around. Way to go right there. The reason I want y'all to learn, like I think a lot of coaches have it backwards. They want you to learn to play as individuals first, and I want you to learn to play within teams and learn the rules first. And then once you know what the defense is going to do, then you can individually do some things that break the rules because you have more information. So now we're right back to where we were, right? We got it to Dylan. Dylan's a willing passer right here. Evan has two. So we throw it. Evan, again, can't guard both. It's impossible. So we throw it up there. So Evan tries to recover again, which is great effort. but one guy can't guard two. And now, Aiden, the only thing I would say is get more balance. You're not balanced, ready to shoot yet, and that's why you didn't make that. All right, but that's again great offense. I want that stuff to continue, and frankly, great defense on both sides, last possession and this. This is one thing I want y'all to learn. Like for Dylan, there's games where you have like 10 points, but my question is, can you affect the game when you're not scoring? And I thought in the second half you did a good job of this. So the ball is clustered, right? It's in the middle. You get it out. All right, Eugene drives. He misses. Guess who gets the rebound? That's affecting the game because now y'all get another possession, another shot at shooting. So then Aiden catches it. Ethan can't guard two. The other two plays, you threw it immediately, Aiden. I like you to do that there. You kind of hesitate. But nonetheless, Jalen's still open, and he knocks that in. But who gave y'all that opportunity, right? So he hits the shot and gets the credit, right? Which is good. But Dylan is the one who created the extra possession. And when I say affect the game when you're not scoring, that's the type of stuff I mean. Be able to assist, make plays better, make other players better, get extra possessions, play great defense. There's more things that you need to win that you got to provide as a teammate. All right, so now we got Bailey in the middle. That's good. Good entry pass, Brian. Most players can't throw with much touch. Bailey, way to find a way to get rid of that ball. Now, DJ, this is why I say sometimes I want you off the ball, because if the ball's always in your hand, you don't know how to move without it. So Dylan can't see you. I think Brian, if you cut, will hit you for a layup. But I don't think you see that cut right there. So being able to be a better player with the ball not in your hand is important too. All right. Hey, good steal there. Way to jump that lane, Sincere. Braden, like this is why I tell you don't toe the line right next to another player, Brian, because now he could help guard middle and you. And in this case, he gets a steal. So I need y'all to be more spaced out and have better court awareness in those positions.
All right, way to get again, way to hit middle again. You threw it where only she could catch it, Brian. And again, as you see Jay coming to help Bailey, you throw it right out. That's a good idea. Julian, what's wrong with this shot right here? Like, how much open do you want to be? All right, so now you give up your shot and then pass it. So let's make sure we're looking for that shot because you can definitely make it. Now DJ does a good job. Watch DJ cut the space. All right, so as that ball goes up, you see him running the space down here. He catches it. All right, just got to finish. But that's a much better job at moving without the ball. Can't say it enough how excited of this brand of basketball y'all playing. Dylan, I like this skip pass. Most of the defense is over there. If you skip it, Bailey has to guard two. I mean, and that's, again. So now, Ethan, be ready to shoot this and have your feet set because the way y'all are playing basketball, y'all are going to hit the open guy. Now, Sincere, the only pass that I would like more than the one you're about to make to Ethan is if you threw a bounce pass right here to Jay. All right, but nonetheless, Ethan, you're wide open. That's a good shot. You just got to knock it in and be ready because y'all are moving the ball to where you know you're going to get it, right? So nobody's being selfish out here. All right, good job. All right, white team, this is another really good trap. All right, so we got a trap over here. And Xavier must have told y'all to go hard because y'all go to that trap quick. Now, Jay, if he gets out of all this trouble and finds a way to get you the ball, you got to pick that up, man. All right, you can't let that get out of bounds. Even if it's a roller, you got to help him. Braden, again, I want to make sure I define aggressiveness. When I mean aggressive, I don't mean like you got to score. And I think a lot of times that's what you think I mean. Right here, Dylan is guarding DJ. I want you to be aggressive in attacking the basket. And if Dylan leaves DJ, throw it to him. So now Dylan comes and leaves him, and you got to be able to read the difference. So if you kick it to DJ, who you can't really see, that's a wide open three-pointer. So you think you need to score it, and now you take on two guys, and now it's a live ball turnover, which means they could go the other way. And now we get a foul on one of our players. All right, so be able to see the court when you're attacking. Whoever has the least turnovers usually wins the game, and whoever takes advantage of those turnovers definitely wins the game. So this is what I mean. So we get a shot up. All right, so that's a live ball turnover. Boom, because that means nobody's set on defense. Look, Aiden's running his lane like he's supposed to, but now he's going to be behind the play. So now we go and we have another live ball turnover, which again means you're putting your defense in a compromising position. So now everybody's running back. Nobody has Ticey. She's wide open for a three. Bang. So like we got to be able to like control the ball, especially in transition. All right, so here's a stronger possession. We got a guy, we got middle.
Dylan's been a great middleman, right? He's affecting the game without even scoring a ton this game. So look, as soon as we hit middle, Brian has to help, or Aiden's gonna have a wide open layup. And when he does, Aiden's wide open with his feet set. All right, now again, let's talk about who created that. Aiden can't score that three without the ball. So we need a middle paint touch from Ethan's pass. And then Dylan has to be selfless enough to not shoot it but pass it. And then Aiden then can hit a three. So he needs help from other people, and it's good that y'all are making these plays consistently. Hey Tyson, you get a rebound, which is good. You're pushing the ball, which is also good. But once you don't have something, just be able to make this easy pass to Eugene. He's ready to shoot, but you kind of panic, so you lose the ball. So now guess what? Transition defense again. DJ's dribbling. He throws it middle to Brian. Boom. Wide open layup. All right, so let's watch this transition. He does it quick. He waits until Dylan commits to a person. One more thing about this. Because Evan runs his lane, right, hard, Dylan doesn't really see Brian, I don't think. So Dylan turns around and is like, oh, Evan's open, right? And as he goes to cover Evan, Brian's still running. So basically, I think if Dylan takes away Brian, he throws it over here to Evan for a wide open three. And since Dylan went to Evan, he gets to throw this pass, which is better because that's a layup versus a three, higher percentage shot. I really like this pass you're about to make because you're about to swing it to Braden, but then you see that Brian is cutting and you have a lane to throw it to him, but I'd like it to be with your left hand instead of both. And then you'll get a better angle. And then Brian, that dribble they just get a hand on and make a good play. So nothing there. I just like that pass the way DJ looked off and through middle. Good. Xavier, he had y'all disguising this trap really good because I didn't expect y'all to do it again. And all of a sudden, boom, there's a trap. So Jay, but you still got to be ready for it, right? Because they've thrown it at you about 5 times already. And then there's DJ taking away Ticey. And then there's a steal. So we got to be ready for that trap so we don't give up our possessions because of it. All right, but good job, White. And again, y'all listening to y'all's coach. That's great. It's getting y'all extra possessions. Bailey, you got to secure this ball here stronger. You end up with it, but look, it got to be safe. Like, that's almost a steal. That took you too long to get control of it. All right, I like this. DJ Tech Space jumps, and I'm not against jump pass. I know a lot of people are, but if you know where you're going with the ball, I don't mind it because DJ creates a passing angle to hit Brian. So as he goes, he's jumping to create a passing angle. All right, and then there we go with an almost layup. But let's look at this. This is very proud of this possession right here. All right, the ball moves. Gets to Aiden. It hits the middle. The man helps. There goes Dylan. Like I said, Dylan, you had one of your stronger games. Wide open layup. That's literally exactly how this offense is supposed to work. Perfect. And I like how you commanded the team from the point guard position. You and Ticey did a good job. Look how you listened to your coach. He said something to you. So y'all get in position. All right. And you kind of nod like, okay. So Evan is a lot smaller than Dylan, which means, hey, we can kind of pick on him when we're throwing it to middle. So Ticey dribbles, makes Braden commit, then boom, throws a pass right there. Now we got it middle. Aiden, don't forget to cut like we talked about, right? Dylan shoots it, but again, if he misses it, you're right there for the rebound if you cut a little bit sooner. So this is what you want to look at. As soon as this pass gets thrown, you're watching Bailey. If she runs, you run right behind her. All right? If she stays, then you can stay. All right, so once she starts running, that's when you should have started cutting as well. All right, nonetheless, it goes in, but that's something to look at right there. Great execution game. I don't even know if I realized during the game that y'all executed this good. As soon as Evan catches it, he sees Brian cutting. Dylan, you're late. All right, late rotations end up being fouls. So now that you're late, there goes the swipe down. Let's make sure you can see it because I think you think your hand is straight up every time. Watch your hand. It comes down, it hits him, and then it goes back up. And it did not stay like that the whole time. So that's indeed a foul. So, Julian, I like this. You attack, nothing was there. You retreat dribble, save the possession. That's a skill. I mean, like, a lot of people just have to go straight once they get moving. So the fact that you can retreat dribble and get out of trouble means something. All right. Brian, if you can see Aiden, who's at the bottom of the 3-2, and you feel a person on you, then that means the other person at the bottom of the 3-2 has come and that means the person on the weak side is probably open. So this is a difficult pass to make and see, but I just want you to be able to feel the defense and know what's open based off what they're playing. So this needs to be a bounce pass to Ethan for a layup. And again, I know this is hard to see, but I want to make sure I address it and make sure you see it, so in the future you can start making that play, because I know you can. All right. All right. Again, another play that I like here. The ball skips. I think Aiden should be at the 3-point line, but that's all right. We hit Dylan, and like I said, Dylan has had a silent great game, in my opinion. So now the help comes from Brian, who's at the bottom side 3-2. So who's open? Ethan. All right, and just last week he hit 4 threes in that corner, so I'm good with that shot. Just don't panic, Dylan, and get it out quick, because once you get swarmed, it's tough to get it out of there. All right, so this is that dive play that been happening. Y'all gotta kind of have every guy accounted for, but this can't happen. We can't have Ethan. I'm okay with Ethan hitting y'all with threes. I don't want him getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. All right, but nonetheless, good hustle there, Ethan. Good for you. Possession was a straight dog fight. I mean, y'all did really good defensively. Hey, this is a good play to get it there. Brian, you got to fail Dylan on this side. It should be a reverse layup with your left hand. So we got to get stronger using that left so we can get that shot. Black, I like how y'all are packing it in right here, making sure that there's no layups made. All right, but look, once they throw it out, you guys got to sprint out. Now, Jalen, watch how you jump. That jump shortens your closeout, and now DJ catches it, and you're close. But if you hadn't jumped, you would have took his shot away versus letting him get it off. All right, and that one hurt because that gave them down by 1, I believe. I want y'all to remember, it's not the end of the game. Everybody remembers the plays that happen at the end of the game, but that's not why you lost. You lose because you didn't throw it to the right person, or you were in the wrong set, or somebody was supposed to be bottom and not top. I mean, it's a bunch of things throughout the game, missing multiple free throws as to why you lose. Black missed a lot of free throws early. But with all that being said, like right here, we got to execute at the end of games. Even though so Ticey should be mad at herself for throwing a high pass. Dylan should say, hey, no matter how bad it is, I should still catch it. And if you leave games holding yourself accountable, instead of y'all blaming each other, then you'll be better for it. Now, this is a loose ball. Sincere should be saying, man, I need to find a way to get to that ball. Like, there's a bunch of things that happen. But right there, we need to make a play happen and get a shot at the basket, because possessions are too important this late. All right, I need to show y'all how to make an L on the defender. So, Dylan, you're leaving Brian 2 open. Bailey throws it perfect, right? Where only he could catch it. You kind of reach with the wrong arm, but once you miss that steal, instead of playing behind him, now he has a wide open layup. Aiden, make sure when you go, you got to get your chest in front of Brian, right? But instead of getting your chest in front of him, he snakes by you and then gets a layup, all right? And they get the free throw, and I think this one puts them up by 2. Play Xavier drew up for you guys coming out of it. Braden, I do think this needs to be a bounce pass, right? And then just if you bounce it, then DJ can just run into it a lot easier. Straight pass, you got to catch that really clean. So he got somebody got his arm and he got fouled, all right? But good set, good execution. So let's watch this last possession on the free throw. These are way too important. You got to get the ball in the possession. In this, you want to pinch. Jalen should step into Brian. Dylan should step and block him out. Ticey has shooter because there's nobody to pinch here anyway. So let's watch and see what happens. All right, so the first thing that Dylan does is step in, right? So now you're here. You're standing straight up. You got to be blocking him out. So now you're underneath the basket. Jalen, you should be stepping and pinching to make sure Brian can't get in, and Ticey has shooter. Ticey and Jalen need to come up with this ball. Rebounds are way too important. But as a coaching staff, we'll do better at teaching you guys that so y'all can come up with it. Hey, listen, all in all, I'm really excited. I thought you guys executed well. Hopefully everybody has something that they can learn from, like things that they need to improve on and things that they can see that they're doing well and need to continue. But I won't lie, y'all are ahead of schedule from what I expected us to be. So really good. Really proud of y'all. Y'all keep it up. I'll see you guys Sunday. All right. Bye.